All right, today we are diving into a business model that is, frankly, changing the game for experts and creators. If you're looking for a way to build a really sustainable business for 2025 and beyond, you're going to want to stick around. Let's get into it. But first, let me ask you something. Have you poured years, maybe even decades, into becoming an expert in your field, only to feel like you're on a treadmill, constantly struggling to generate predictable income? Or are you just exhausted from that endless cycle of creating content just to stay relevant? If you're nodding along right now, this one's for you. So before we jump into the solution, we've got to understand the core problem, what I like to call the creator's dilemma. It's this common set of challenges that makes the old school path to success just incredibly difficult. And the frustration is so real, isn't it? You're juggling this unpredictable income from one-off projects. You feel like you're screaming into a void in a sea of endless content. And you keep hitting that hard ceiling on what you can possibly earn from a single course or a single service. It's a recipe for burnout. But what if there was a better way, a more sustainable approach? Well, there is. Enter the micro-subscription community. This is a powerful model that totally shifts the focus from just making one-time transactions to actually building lasting relationships. So what exactly is a micro-subscription community? Okay, think of it like this. It's a paid, private group that is laser-focused on a very specific topic. For instance, say your expertise is in AI prompt engineering for real estate agents. Instead of a one-off course, you could create a community where agents pay you a monthly fee to get access to your live Q&As, your latest prompts, and, this is key, a network of other agents. It's focused, it's high value, and it creates a recurring revenue stream. And why is this model exploding right now? Well, a few big reasons. First, people are starving for deep, niche content, and they are more than willing to pay for real expertise. Second, it gives you that stable, predictable monthly revenue that so many creators just dream of. And finally, the tools to do this, we're talking Circle, Discord, platforms like that, have never been easier or more accessible to set up and manage. Okay, so you get the why. Now for the really fun part, the how. Here is a step-by-step blueprint to launch your very own micro-subscription community. This 6-step roadmap is literally your guide to a successful launch. We're going to start by picking that perfect, unique niche. Then, we'll cover how to build an engaged audience before you ever ask for a sale. After that, you'll learn how to design an offer that's basically irresistible and launch it with maximum impact. And finally, we'll talk about delivering consistent value and scaling it all for long-term success. Let's start with step 1, your niche. The key here, and I cannot stress this enough, is to go narrow, like really narrow. Making money online is way too broad, but prompt engineering for Shopify product descriptions? Now that is a specific unmet need where you can become the go-to expert almost overnight. Okay, you can't launch to an empty room, right? So step 2 is absolutely crucial. Build your audience before you ask for a single dollar. You've got to use your existing platforms, social media, your blog, your newsletter, to share free, valuable content that pulls the right people into your orbit and onto your mailing list. Now, let's talk about the offer itself, the heart of your community. For a monthly fee, something reasonable like $10 to $50, you can provide an incredible amount of value. Think a weekly live Q&A call, a whole library of exclusive templates or cheat sheets, and of course, access to a supportive community of peers. When it's finally time to launch, your goal is to create buzz and a real sense of urgency. You can do this by opening enrollment for a really short window of time, maybe offering a special founding member discount, and really highlighting that the community size is limited. This makes sure it's a high-quality experience for everyone who gets in. Once you've launched, well, that's when the real magic begins. To keep your members engaged, happy, and paying month after month, you have to deliver consistent value. This means showing up, hosting regular live sessions, bringing in guest experts for fresh perspectives, and being active in the discussions yourself to really foster that vibrant community feel. And finally, let's talk about the long game, growth. As your community gets bigger, you might think about adding new membership tiers with extra perks. But always remember that retention is everything. Your number one focus should be on engagement and creating a space where every single member feels like they truly belong. So, we've covered the roadmap to success, but it is just as important to know what to avoid. Let's look at the 3 most common pitfalls that can totally derail a community launch before it even has a chance to get going.
So, how do you sidestep these traps? It's pretty simple. Instead of being too broad and trying to appeal to everyone, you niche down sharply. Instead of having a chaotic, unstructured group, you set clear community rhythms, like a weekly call or a monthly theme. And most importantly, never ever launch cold. Always build that initial group of enthusiastic fans before you open the doors to the public. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Micro-subscription communities are not just another trend. They really do represent a fundamental shift in how we create and capture value online. This is a truly sustainable path for building a business that lasts.
I mean, it all boils down to this winning combination, right? You get the stability of recurring income, you build deep trust and connection with your audience, and you create a business that can scale far beyond the limits of just trading your time for money.
I want to leave you with this final thought. In a world that is just overflowing with content, what people truly, deeply crave is connection and belonging. The most successful businesses of the future, they won't be built on information alone, but on the communities they cultivate. You have the expertise, and now you have the blueprint. So the only question left is this: what community will you build? Thanks so much for joining us.